What?
Like your keys to this crate thing.
Oh, yeah. From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota, good evening everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner, Mrs. Mack, as we get set for North Dakota High School girls volleyball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Valley City Highliners. Well folks, it should be a fun matchup here tonight between two EDC teams. Can't wait to get this one started, but for now I'm going to turn it over to the PA announcer. Don't go anywhere though folks, high school volleyball action is next.
The concession stand and restrooms here at Shanley High School are located in the Commons area. At this time, we ask that you please rise as Father Charles LaCroix leads us in prayer, and then remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Father of all that is good and all that is holy, in you we live and move and have our being. And each day you show us the Father's love, and we thank you for the love with which you have gathered us together here tonight as a family. As always, we ask you to watch over us, bless us, protect the players, keep them free from injury and harm, allow them to play to the best of their ability, and reward them for their efforts here tonight. May all that happens here tonight give you great honor, glory, and praise. We pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus, by the power of your Holy Spirit, your God, forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Don't go anywhere, folks. High school volleyball action is next after a word from our sponsors.
This time, we ask you to draw your attention to the scores table.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School volleyball action. I'm Jed Thomas, joined by my partner, Mrs. Mack, in what should be a fun matchup here tonight between two EDC squads. On the one side, we've got the Shanley Deacons, who come into tonight on a 5-game winning streak, while on the other hand, Valley City comes in on a 3-game skid. These are two very capable teams, though. Valley City at 10-8, Shanley at 12-3. The Deacons looking strong right now, but the Highliners definitely going to try to snap this losing streak and hit the Deacons at home. Shanley right now is still, of course, without senior captain Hannah Manns, a huge key to the Deacon team. They're still waiting for her to come back from injury. She has been a big loss for them in terms of, well, leadership and play on the court, communication in that backcourt, just a really valuable player overall who Shanley is hoping can return soon. As I said, it should be a fun one here as the season enters its later stages. These two teams, of course, both from the East, and a good indicator as to where these squads are at a critical point in the season. As you can see, we're getting close here to starting this one off. Shanley has looked really strong at home after starting the year off 0-2 on their home court. They struggled early on, but as you can see, 12-3 now with wins over quality opponents. They are really starting to look better right when they need to. Valley City, as mentioned, has taken a couple losses as of late. They're hovering right above that 500 mark at 10-8. If they could pull off the win, it would be a huge statement, not just for the East region, but for the entire state in general. I am joined this evening by Mrs. Mack as Lucas Johnson is out of town tonight, but don't worry, we are in some very capable hands as Mrs. Mack is quite knowledgeable with volleyball, you could say.
Thanks, Jed.
And, you know, what should we be expecting here from the Shanley Deacons and Valley City? You know, two teams that don't really get the chance to play a ton. What do you see in tonight's game?
I think in this first game, they're going to do a lot of just trying to feel each other out. Shanley needs to come out and start attacking right away. They have a tendency to kind of sit on their heels that first game and kind of wait to see what the opposing team is going to bring to them. I think their best bet is if they actually just take control of the game from game one and start attacking right away. Valley City, like we said, has nothing to lose. They have everything to prove. They're going to come here, and I think they're going to play strong and try to attack right away. It's always fun to beat an opponent on the opponent's home court.
That it is. And it should be fun. As we said, there's just no better way to put it. Always fun when two teams from the same conference meet up. All right, just waiting for the opening whistle here. As mentioned, Shanley does have a tendency to get off to some slow starts, but we've seen if they can get that fire going early, if they can play their game from the first whistle, they can really take control of the game. It's all about getting it going early.
I think those first few sets, those first few hits are key. They need to make sure that they start attacking right off the bat. If they attack and put it out or put it in the net, they tend to get a little more cautious. So if they can stay focused, they should be strong. Valley City starts with the serve here. It's their chance to maybe try to get some points on the board and attack right away.
All right, with that whistle, we should be ready to go. It's Ingstad back to serve. Just about ready. And here we go as Reagan Ingstad hits the opening serve. Airholtz receives for the Deacons. Vetter puts it up, and then it's sent over by Dew. Received by Ingstad, the set, and then the spike is blocked at the line. VC able to keep it up, but not for long. The Deacons take the first point off the block from Kylie Conwisher.
That's a great way for the Deacons to kick off this game. Gets them a little bit fired up.
Katie Roberts now back to serve. Low ball taken, but not too far. A nice dig attempt there from Casey White, but she just couldn't get it up high enough.
It's a nice ace by Katie Roberts.
2-0 lead for the Deacons now. Deeper serve from Roberts. Olstad takes it. It's put up in the air by Ingstad and then sent over by Olstad, who splits the defenders to get the point. 2-1 now as the Highliners get the ball back here. Noeski will serve. Deep serve from Noeski. Roberts is there. Vetter sets, and then it's tapped over by Conwisher. Ingstad receives. Bernson sets, and then the tap is blocked by Vetter. Olstad couldn't get it past her.
That was a nice block by the setter, Vetter. Didn't intend the rhyme there.
Well, it worked. A fun play on words we yet used. Conwisher serving. Deep serve. White is there. Set from Ingstad, and then the spike met at the line.
Nice save.
Deacons able to keep it up. A nice dig indeed. Conwisher sent it over. Ingstad sets. Olstad spikes. It goes out of bounds off the hands of the Deacons.
They got to tighten up that block. That was a nice push through by the Valley City attacker.
Macy Olstad, the freshman, back there serving. Deep ball from Olstad. Received by Deuce, set by Vetter, and then the spike from Berg is blocked out of bounds. 4-2, Shanley. Substitution here as Manuel checks in.
She's been serving really well for the Deacons. We'll see that continue tonight, I'm sure.
One of those freshmen for Shanley. They've got 3 really strong ones here on the varsity squad. Deep serve from Manuel. Olstad is there. It's then put up by Ingstad and then spiked over but blocked by Dietz. Set again from Ingstad. Bernson sent it over. Roberts receives. It's set by Manuel and then sent over by Dietz. Ingstad sets. The spike blocked at the line and out of bounds. Mackenzie Peterson couldn't get it past. We would like to apologize for some technical difficulties so far. We hope to get those sorted out. Our apologies, however, if you're having trouble with your stream this evening. Manuel with a low serve. It goes off the hands of White. Ace for the Deacons. Six to 2 lead now for Shanley. Olivia Manuel on a nice run. Deeper serve, White is there, set from Ingstad, and then the spike from Peterson. Roberts receives, set by Manuel, spike from Berg. White is there. Pushed over, no set. Noyson was there, set from Manuel, spike from Dew, cross court off the arms of Olstad and out of bounds. The kill for Dew makes it 7-2. The lefty, Olivia Manuel, on a great run so far. Again, a deep serve. Olstad receives. Ingstad sets, and then Peterson taps it over. It was blocked at the line, but it still fell on the Shanley side. Deacons couldn't handle the block after it fell. 7-2. Now the score, 7-3 make that.
Somebody to serve for Valley City is number 3, Lexi Andrzejczyk.
Andrzejczyk. Her serve, a low one, taken by Roberts, set from Vetter. And then the spike by Berg is blocked, but Roberts kept it up. Vetter sets it, Deuce spikes a great dig, and then a tap at the line. What a point! And the Highlighters come away with it.
That was a nice tip by Valley City. She saw the blocker wasn't quite ready. She pushed it over just enough.
Andrzejczyk, another low serve. Roberts is there. Vetter sets. Dietz spikes a great dig. Ball's still in the air. White looking to send it over. Roberts receives. Vetter sets, and now here comes Dew on the spike. It went out of bounds, and they'll give it to the Highliners. Deacons maybe wanted a tip there. It was hard to see. Andrzejczyk on the serve again. Roberts receives. Vetter sets it up, and now Noyson sends it over. White is there for the Highliners. Set from Ingstad. Spike by Peterson. And now Valley City pulls within 1.
I think there was some luck on Valley City's side. That ball rolled down the net a little bit, caught the defenders on Shanley off guard.
Happy to get the points, though, now, as they're tightening this one up. Another low serve. She's been keeping them that way. Vetter sets. Dietz spike. She's blocked. Dew kept it going, but it's out of bounds.
Nice solid block by Valley City. Watch this ball as it goes, Diddy. You can see that nice floater. There's very little spin on it. And when that goes over the net, it has a tendency to waver a little bit. It makes it hard to receive.
Lexi Ondrasik, the junior, doing some great things here for Valley City. Vetter puts it up in the air. Deuce spikes. VC got a piece of it at the line, but they keep it going. The spike blocked by Dietz, but it fell out of bounds. And now it is 8-7. Shanley started things off really well. That's exactly how they wanted to, but now the Highliners are battling back in a strong fashion. Ondrasik serve, taken by Roberts, set by Vetter. Berg spikes, a lot of power, but Olstad able to handle it. Peterson sends it over, Roberts receives again. Vetter sets, and then Dietz with the quick tap. Switched up the strategy, and it paid off, 8-8. Hadley Huber now in for Shanley. She's another one of those freshmen you'll see tonight. Deep serve from Huber. Ondrasik is there. Ingstad sets. Peterson spikes. She is blocked. Olstad puts it up. Ingstad sets. It's punched over. Neusen is there. Set from Vetter. Roberts sent it over. White receives. Ingstad sets. And then the spike is blocked by Berg. Deacons with some good front court play here. And then that spike goes out of bounds. Point Shanley. Huber's serve, a short one, a great dig from Ondrasik, put up in the air by Ingstad and spiked by Peterson. It's blocked. Gullickson was able to get there. White sets it up. Peterson spikes, tipped at the line and out of bounds. Point Valley City.
Ball is dropped by the Deacons. Side out for Valley City.
9-9 now.
For Valley City is Casey White.
White with a low serve, a great dig from Neusen, made it over the net. VC puts it right back. Berg sends it over, barely in. Point Deacons.
That was a great push to that corner. She saw all the defense players were pulled up, ready for a tip or a short hit, and she just pushed it into that back corner, and they weren't able to catch up to it. Both teams using a three-person receive tonight.
Berg serve. Taken by the Highliners. The spike now received by Roberts. Vetter sets it up. Here comes Roberts on the spike. It was tipped out of bounds.
Out of bounds on Roberts. Hill. Point Deacons.
11-9 now Shanley. Berg serving. Delaying the action here. Not quite sure what that one is.
I'm wondering if Brooklyn 2 maybe took a hit to the face or a ball to the face. Looks like they're pulling her out.
Well, she will come out of the game now as O'Leary checks in. Berg serve, a deep one. Olstad is there. Ingstad sets it up. Noeski spikes. It's tipped at the line. Huber is there. Set from Vetter. Spike from Roberts. What a cannon! 12-9 Deacons. Three-point lead now for Shanley. Berg continues to serve. Olstad receives. Set by Ingstad. Sent over. Vetter is there. The set from O'Leary. The spike from Roberts. Vetter receives. O'Leary taps it over. White is there. The ball's up in the air. Who's got it? It's pushed over by VC. Vetter sets. The spike from Conwisher is tipped and goes out of bounds. 13-9 Shanley.
Shanley's getting that momentum back. If they can keep pushing like this, they've kind of got Valley City on their heels right now. Valley City needs to step it up.
Nice serve from Berg. Ingstad sets it up for Noeski with a great spike, but Huber was there. Conwisher with the heads-up play to keep it going. Ingstad sets, and then Noeski taps it. O'Leary was there. Vetter puts it up in the air. The spike from Roberts. It was tipped at the line and then sent back over by Peterson. White with a heck of a move. Ingstad pushed it over. Roberts puts it up, and Conwisher's going to take it. Deacons able to outlast the Highliners on a fantastic volley.
This Valley City team is really scrappy, man. They're grabbing everything over there.
Very true, although they're forced to take a timeout here now, down 5 points. And you know, we saw some success early on in this game. They struggled in the opening points, came roaring back. Now they're back on their heels. So Mrs. Mack, What's the key for Valley City to regain some of that magic they had just a couple points ago?
I imagine that coach is talking a little bit about making sure you stay in your zone, maybe calming down a little bit. There tend to be, as you saw with that one push that Shanley had a little bit ago, the defense is crouching forward a little bit. That leaves those back corners wide open for Shanley to attack, and they've been taking advantage of that. The defense needs to stay in their zone. They need to continue attacking. I think they're doing a great job getting that ball over on the side. Also with the jump serves, they may not be extremely powerful, but that jump serve is always a little more intimidating, and so I think that's a mental advantage for Valley City right now.
Sierra Berg back there serving. Highliners hoping to make some of those adjustments with that timeout. It's a deep serve. Olstad is there. Ingstad puts it up, and then trying for the tap at the line was Noeski, but the Deacons came first.
I think that set was just slightly over the net and made it a little hard for that Valley City attacker to reach.
6-point lead now. Low serve from Berg. Pushes it up, and it works. Ace. The lead is 7 now. Berg goes back to the long ball. The set from Ingstad, the spike from Peterson. Nobody is there. And now VC gets the ball back, 16-10.
That back set for Valley City might be a good attack. It's a little bit different. It's a different angle. A lot of defenses aren't quite as ready for that. If they can continue with that, that might be a good step for Valley City to continue.
Erholtz checks in for the Deacons. That serve barely makes it over. It was a nice dig from Huber. White able to keep it up. Andrasic puts it out there. Ingstad sends it over. Erholtz receives. Vetter sets the spike from Conwisher. Hit the net. 4 hits there for the Deacons as the point goes Valley City. Allison Matthias on the serve. It's a low one. Huber was there. The set from Vetter. The spike from Roberts is blocked. Huber couldn't keep it up. 16-12. It is now a 4-point lead for the Deacons, and that timeout appears to be working right now.
I agree. They look much calmer. They're taking things a little more direct. They're focused.
Matthias again with that low serve. Erholtz was there. Vetter sends it over. Received and then set by Ingstad. Here comes Olstad on the spike. Out of bounds.
That was a good angle. Just a little bit too long.
Exactly. Really nice spot there. Not too many Deacons in the area, but as you said, put too much behind it. Dew back there to serve. Shorter ball, and Matthias just kind of whiffed on it. Came in from a different angle than she was expecting. It's an ace, though, for Shanley.
I believe that's the 4th ace of the game for Shanley tonight.
Dew's serve, though, goes into the net, so one great serve, but then a short one turns the ball over.
I think she was looking for that drop it in front of the 10-foot type serve. Catch him a little off guard, just didn't have enough on it.
The serve from Ingstad. Conwisher put it up, but no one's there for Shanley. 18-14.
Here again is that jump serve we were talking about earlier. It's just a little bit mentally intimidating. It's maybe not a whole lot stronger than a regular serve, but it just mentally you feel like it's going to be coming at you faster.
Better on the set. The spike from Roberts goes out of bounds off the tip from Valley City. Substitution now for Shanley as Emily Dietz comes in. Katie Roberts serving. Low serve from Roberts. White receives. Ingstad sets. Olstad spike. She's blocked. Matthias was able to keep it going. It's then tapped over. Dietz puts it, and Coffin corners it right where it. Oh, 20-14. Shanley.
What a great read on that play. She saw everybody. That corner was wide open. Rather than setting it to the setter, she just pushed it deep into that corner, caught Valley City way off guard.
Roberts on the serve. It's received by White, set by Ingstad. Olstad spikes. It's blocked, but it fell on the Shanley side. 20-15 now. Noeski serving for the Highliners. Keeping it short, but too short this time as it hits the net. 21-15. Deacons get the ball back. Conwisher serve, a long one and just a little too much.
Side out for the Highlanders.
So both teams are trading some trouble serving here. They've turned the ball over a couple times off the serve.
Valley City is Mackenzie Peterson, and in for the Deacons is Madison Noisen.
Olstad serve, received by Dew. Set from Vetter. Instead, she just pushes it over. White able to keep it up. It was a nice effort, but Vetter caught him off guard there. And now it's 22-16.
Subbing to serve for the Deacons is
Shanley's back in that strong rotation now. That's Olivia Manuel coming in to serve. She's in that setter position, so now Shanley's got the three big hitters across the front row.
Low serve from Manuel, just makes it over. Gullickson, I think she thought that one was going to fall back on the Deacon side.
Valley City will take a timeout.
And now Valley City's going to take a timeout here, as Shanley is just 2 points away from taking game number 1.
Shanley's off to a good start tonight. Julia Vetter's already got 7 assists on the evening. Katie Roberts has 3 kills, followed by Kylie Conwisher already with 2, and Emily Dietz with 2. We've also had, Shanley's also had 5 aces this game.
It's been a good first for the Deacons, but they got to close it out now. Valley City came out real strong out of their last timeout.
And imagine Valley City's goal right now, just make sure that ball gets back over the Deacon side. As long as it's on their side, let them make the mistakes. That's what Valley City is thinking. Let's get the ball back over. Let them force an error.
Manuel, back serving. High ball this time. Taken by Bernson. The set and then the spike from Peterson. Dew able to keep it going. It's set by Manuel, and Dew on the spike. It's blocked. Put up by Roberts, but they're going to give that one to VC and call it 4 hits.
Yeah, it looks like it was 4 hits. That ball didn't actually break the plane of the net. It was below the tape.
The Highlanders is Lexi Andrasic.
Andrasic serving now. Low ball, Roberts is there, the set from Manuel, and then Dietz spikes it, goes off the arms of Andrasic and out of bounds. The kill for Emily Dietz.
Game point for the Deacons. They need to finish this one up.
24-17 lead. As you said, a point away from taking game number 1. Huber on the serve, received by White, put up in the air by Ingstad, and then spiked by Peterson. Deacons able to handle it. Sent over by Noyson. Andrasic was there, the set, and then the spike from Peterson. Valley City stays alive.
Kill for Peterson. Point Valley City.
That was a nice, solid, easy hit, though, from Valley City. Again, making sure it stays in play, getting it over the net, and letting Deacons make the error.
White on the serve, it's a low one. Great dig from Noyson, but it fell into the net. Manuel was in a tough spot there.
Serve by White is good. Point Highlanders.
White serve, taken by Noyson, set by Manuel, and then Roberts just tried to poke it over, but didn't put enough behind it. It went into the net. 24-20, Highliners with some life. White serve, a short one. Noyson is there. Manuel sets. Berg spike. She's blocked. Noyson there to take it. Manuel on the set. Dew sends it over.
Hit the antenna, Jet.
And that'll give the point to Valley City, 24-21.
As we discussed, Valley City's goal, get that ball over the net, keep it in play, let Deacon make the mistakes. Unfortunately, the Deacons are stepping up to that. They need to get this game finished. They need to pound it down just like that.
Well, that might do it. Roberts puts it away to take game number 1. And boy, Katie Roberts, when she gets a clean look at that ball, she can just clobber it. At this time, we'd like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Well, the Deacons enter the break here with game number 1 in hand. However, they did have their struggles going on a couple runs there where they just couldn't seem to get it under control, especially in those last few points. They let Valley City battle back there and take about 4 straight points before finally they were able to put it away. So, you know, if you're Shanley here, Mrs. Mack, what do you do in game number 2 to try to stay in control and not give up those big runs?
I think part of what Shanley did in that game is they got a little cautious. They knew they were close. They knew they just needed to get the ball back. They just had to force some kind of a turnover. And so they just were getting a little too cautious. And when you're not attacking and you're taking it easy, 1, it makes it easier to return the ball. And 2, it just makes you force some errors, like putting the ball in the net, maybe not getting quite to that block on time. You're just not on your full game. They just need to stay strong. They need to keep just hammering away at Valley City. Valley City's got a strong defense. They are all over the floor. You know, they aren't going to let anything drop without being on the floor with it, and that makes them a formidable defense to play. They keep attacking. I don't think they have quite the powerhouse that Shanley has on that front line, but they can get the ball over. They can read well. They get the corners. When the Shanley defense goes to the corners, they hit the ball short or they tip it over. And so they can try to keep Shanley on their toes, keep them moving around and guessing where that ball's going to be. Also, Valley City's serving, for the most part, has been pretty strong. I think Shanley's serving, obviously they're very strong. They've been making some aces, but also they're trying to utilize the entire court. They're trying to drop some serves short, trying to drop some serves long. And when you do that, you just risk maybe putting one a little too deep out of bounds or dropping one in the net.
All right, so it should be a fun game number 2 here as both teams take some time there to figure out their strategy here for the second set. Don't forget, though, join us tomorrow for boys varsity football versus Kindred. Game kicks off at 7 p.m. live on Shanley TV. That should be a real fun one, folks. Kindred comes into that one 5-0, while Shanley is at 4-1. Big battle there in the East, possibly for the 1 seed come playoff time. And if that's not reason enough to watch, our own Wyatt Lyer returns. His triumphant return should be a fantastic game for that reason alone, so be sure to tune in, folks.
It's always fun to bring back some alumni, right, Jed?
That it is. All right, Deacons come out to serve here in game number 2. It'll be Dew with the low serve. White is there. Ingstad sets it up, and then the spike from Olstad hits the net, or rather hits the hands of the Deacon players. They're able to keep it going. Dew receives. Airholtz with a great dig to keep it up, and Roberts sends it over. Oh, that one just out of bounds. My gosh. It was a great read there by Valley City to let it fall, although it was a lot closer than I think anyone was expecting.
Yeah, that was a great dig over here. They were really scrambling to get that free ball back over the net. Was awesome, but Valley City just read the line and the ball didn't stay in bounds.
Well, unable to capitalize on that, though, as Ingstad's serve goes into the net. And again, there's some of those serving struggles we've seen from both teams. Katie Roberts serving now. Powerful serve taken by Olstad. Set from Ingstad, and then the spike from Olstad. That one way out of bounds. Right idea, though. A lot of power behind it. Roberts with the low serve. White receives. Ingstad sets. Olstad spikes. Roberts is there. It's put up in the air by Vetter, and then the spike from Dietz. Oh my gosh! Almost a fantastic play there, but it fell out of bounds. It was a from Reagan Ingstad. Roberts continues to serve. Low ball this time. Olstad isn't fooled, and then it's sent over by Ingstad. Deacons just tap it. Valley City on their toes, able to get back to it. The poke there at the net, the spike from Conwisher, and the Deacons take the point. 4-1. Roberts continuing to serve now, up 4-1. Deeper ball taken by Olstad, set from Ingstad, and then the spike from Olstad. Erholtz is there. Dew puts it up in the air, and now Dietz sends it over. White receives. Ingstad sets. Olstad spikes, tipped at the line. No, it was not. It hit the net and went out of bounds. Point Deacons 5-1.
She did a great job on that approach. I think she just didn't snap the wrist down to snap that ball down. Just left it wide open.
Roberts continuing her run as White receives and Ingstad sets. The spike met at the line by the Deacons. They get it over. Valley City, though, persists. Ingstad sets. The spike goes out of bounds, but it tipped a Shanley player.
Kill for Berntsen.
Berntsen on the kill.
Point Valley City.
Serve taken by Roberts. Set by Vetter, and then Erholtz sends it over. Noeski receives. Set and then spiked at the line. It was tipped.
Yep, it was touched by the middle blocker.
And that is the call. 5-3 now. Gullickson gets the kill. Noeski with a deep serve. It went off the shoulder of Brooklyn Dew. Vetter sends it over as it tips the net. Set from Ingstad, the spike from Olstad. Good dig there from Roberts. Vetter pokes it over. It's up in the air, and then it falls on the Valley City side.
A little miscommunication there by Valley City. Did a great job getting that ball up. Just nobody was sure who was taking it next.
And back on the court for the Highlanders is Casey White.
6-3 lead for Shanley. Conwisher with the deep ball. Nicely received by the Highliners and then poked over. Berg is there for Shanley. Spike from Dietz, a great dig. Put back up in the air, White sends it over. Roberts receives, Vetter sets, Berg spikes. A great kill there for Berg as she almost punched it. Conwisher serving. Long ball, Matthias is there. Set from Ingstad, and then the spike from Olstad tipped, and it falls on the Deacon side, 7-4.
Kill for Olstad, set up Highlanders. Back into the game for the Highlanders is Mackenzie Peterson, and on the court for the Deacons,
Peterson checks in for Valley City as Olstad is serving. Olstad with the low serve, Roberts was there. Berg put it up in the air, and then Roberts pushes it over. White receives. Ingstad sets. The spike from Peterson. What a ball. Redirected at the net.
Kill by Peterson, point Valley City.
7-5 now, Shanley. Olstad serve. Received by Roberts. Set from Vetter, and then the spike. Valley City kept it going, but they give that one to the Deacons on the lift.
In to serve for Shanley is Olivia Manuel.
Olivia Manuel serving now. Shorter serve, White is there, Ingstad sets, Peterson spikes, tipped, Dew put it back up in the air, and then Gullickson could not get it back over.
Double hit call on the Highlanders, point for the Deacons.
9-5 Shanley. Manuel on the serve, it's put up in the air and then set by Ingstad, spike from Peterson, Neusen with the dig, Manuel sets it up for Dietz. But a whistle.
I think Manuel on that set fell into either the post or the referee stand on that one, which it's just like crossing the line on the net.
I think you're right, as that point goes to Valley City. Andrasic serving. She's had a nice night serving so far. Low serve, Dew is there. Vetter puts it up and over. Gullickson sets, or Ingstad rather, as that ball hits the net. Vetter receives. Neusen sets for Dew. Her ball taken by White, set by Ingstad. Peterson spikes, it's tipped. Trying to put it back over there was Berg, but she could not.
Point Valley City.
9-7. Valley City looking a little stronger here.
Shanley needs to really angle that block back over the net so it drops on Valley City's side. Right now it seems like the ball is running down the front, staying on the Shanley side.
Berg's spike is blocked. Neusen is there to receive, and then Vetter sets as Dietz pokes it over. Not fooled, though, is Ingstad on the set, and then the ball comes right back. Ingstad pushes it over. Vetter with the great dig. Dietz puts it up. Dew sends it over. Peterson receives. Ingstad sets. Gullikson taps it. Berg is there. Vetter sets. Dew spikes. Still going as Olstad receives. Ingstad on the set now. Peterson attacking, but it's blocked. 10-7 Shanley.
That was a great block that had that angle over the net, driven the ball right back onto the Valley City side.
Huber checks in to serve now. Huber's serve. Back to Andrasik. Set by Ingstad. Spiked by Peterson. It's blocked. Olstad sets. That ball from Ingstad was blocked. Gullikson pokes it over. Point Valley City.
Hit by Gullikson is good. Side out for the Highliners. Back to serve is Casey White.
White serving. Received by Huber. Put up by Vetter. And then the spike from Roberts. Another great spike there from Katie Roberts. 11-8 Shanley.
Coming back into the Deacons is Kylie Comisher. Sarah Berg serving.
Berg serve taken by White. Put up in the air by Ingstad, and then White's going to send it over herself, but it goes out of bounds. Too much behind it. 12-8 now. Berg serve. Received by Andrasik, set by Ingstad. Spike there from Noeski, and it fell on the Shanley side. 12-9.
Subbing in to serve for the Highliners is Grace Shear.
Matthias serving. Deep ball taken by Huber, set by Vetter. The spike from Conwisher, and it's just in.
Assist Vetter. After the Deacons side out, Brooklyn Dew will be serving.
Dew on the serve. Taken by Matthias and then just pushed over by Ingstad. Set and then the spike from Roberts. Tipped out of bounds, point Deacons. Dew will continue to serve. Short ball. Taken by Andrasik, poked over by Olstad. Vetter sets it up for Roberts on the spike. A great reception from White. It's tipped over by the Deacons, but out of bounds.
Tip is out of bounds, point Valley City. Subbing in for Valley City is Joseph Bernson.
Serve from Ingstad, received by Erholtz, set by Vetter, spike from Roberts. White is there. It's put up by Ingstad, and then Olstad pushes it over, but it's pushed right back by the Deacons. Set from Bernson, sent over by Ingstad. Erholtz receives, Vetter puts it up. Roberts spikes. Highliners still there. The set and then the spike from Olstad. A great push back by Matthias. Ingstad sets it up, and there's Olstad again, pokes it up, and Matthias continues to put him back up there. White sets, Olstad pushes over, Vetter sets for Conwisher. Her push taken by White, set by Ingstad, and then spiked, blocked at the line by the Deacons. Bernson couldn't put it past her. Spike from Olstad, that one's blocked. Put up in the air by Matthias. Ingstad sets for Noeski, whose spike goes out of bounds. Some hesitation on the call there, but they do give it to Shanley, 15-10.
Boy, Shanley's defense was doing a great job on that one. They were getting on just every one of those blocks. They were getting it back to Valley City, but it shows how strong Valley City is. They keep getting that ball back up and attacking.
White sends it over. Roberts receives. Vetter sets. Spike from Conwisher. Matthias was there. A great job to put it back in by Ingstad, and Matthias got it over. Vetter puts it up in the air. Conwisher pokes it, and it goes out of bounds. Point Valley City, 15-11. And what an effort there from Ingstad to keep that play going. Emily Dietz checks in for Shanley now. Noeski's serve taken by Erholtz, set by Vetter. Spike from Conwisher. 16-11 now, Shanley.
Nice quick hit to Conwisher there, or quick set.
Serving for Deacons is Madison Noisman.
Noyson back there to serve now for Shanley. Received by White. Set from Ingstad. The spike from Olstad. Noyson was there. Set by Vetter. Spike from Dietz. Blocked attempt, but it fell on the Valley City side. Noyson's serve taken by White. Set by Ingstad. And then the spike over goes right past Roberts. Gullickson with the kill.
I think Roberts got a piece of that one, but she just couldn't get a control of it and pull it back in.
Olstad with the low serve. Roberts receives up at an awkward angle. Vetter was able to get it. Berg spikes. Able to keep it up, though, was Ingstad. Peterson sends it over now. Dew receives. Vetter sets the spike from Dietz. A bullet.
Subbing to serve for Shanley is Olivia Manuel.
Olivia Manuel serving now. Ball taken by Burnson. Set by Ingstad. The spike from Peterson falls in Deacon territory.
Kill by Mackenzie Peterson. Side of Highlanders. Julia Vetter back in for the Deacons.
18-13 now.
Is Lexi Andrasic.
5-point lead for Shanley. Andrasic serving. Deep ball taken by Dew, set by Vetter. Berg on the spike. White was knocked down, but able to keep it up. Ingstad sets. Peterson spikes. It's blocked. Highliners almost kept it up, but a lift.
Point for Shanley. Subbing to serve. Hadley Huber.
Hadley Huber in the serve. Huber with the deep serve, taken by Andrasic, put up in the air by Peterson, poked at the line by Ingstad. Vetter able to keep it going. Dew sets for Roberts. She gets the point for Shanley.
That was a nice read by Roberts. They had a big open hole in the middle. She just nicely tapped that ball in.
And then a timeout taken. So it's 20-13 in favor of the Deacons, 7-point lead. And what does Valley City have to do to try to battle back here down big?
I think part of what Valley City is focusing on is making sure let's not get too excited. Let's calm down a little bit. Let's start attacking that ball, make sure that we're in our coverage. Just making sure everybody's doing their job and pushing that ball back to the Deacon side. Just like in the first game, if they can get the ball back onto the Deacon side, you can hope that the Deacons are going to make the errors and get you the points. That's kind of what happened in the first game. Valley City did a great job. They just kept putting the ball back, and the Deacons just made a few errors, gave the Valley City the points. Deacons need to just stay on the ball. They need to not get cautious. They need to just keep attacking. That's what they're best at. If they keep that up, they should be able to finish this game.
So 20-13 now, the Deacons, 5 points away from taking game number 2. Huber serving. Ball deep, taken by Andrasic, set by Ingstad. The spike from Peterson. Noyson is there. Roberts puts it up, and now Huber to send it over. She's able to get it there. Andrasic receives once again. Ingstad sets. Gullickson pokes. Deacons put it up, but it'll be Valley City point off a net violation from the Deacons.
I think they were calling Katie Roberts in the net on that one.
White serve goes into the net. A tough break there for Valley City. They needed to get a run going there. Sierra Berg back to serve. Deacons 4 away from taking game number 2. Long serve from Berg. Andrasic was there. Ingstad set. Bit of a miscommunication. Valley City was able to get through it. Conwisher pokes. and VC was not there. She found the gap in the defense, and now it's 22-14.
I think Valley City was expecting the Deacons to attack on that one, and so now that a nice little tip into that open hole gave Shanley the point.
Set from Ingstad, the spike taken by Huber. Vetter sets it up, Roberts spikes! 2 points away from taking game number 2. Berg serve, taken by Andrasik, set from Ingstad, the spike, Dew was there. Able to keep it up was Conwisher, Dew pushes it over. Olstad to Ingstad, put up by Berg. Vetter sets, Dew pushes. Olstad there once again, Ingstad to Peterson, Roberts got it up in the air. Whistle blown, Point Valley City. And it's a net violation on Shanley.
I was trying to see which player they called it on. I'm not even sure which one it was. It might have been Brooklyn Dew.
The serve from Matthias, taken by Roberts, set by Erholtz. Roberts sends it over. Received and then set by Ingstad. The spike at the line from Olstad. Deacons couldn't get the block to fall on the highliner side.
The Deacons have been doing a great job of getting that block up and reaching over, trying to push that ball back down, and that time they just were a little bit late, I think, and they weren't quite over the right angle on the block.
Huber takes a serve, Conwisher spikes. Andrasik kept it going. Spike goes past Erholtz. Highliners still battling. Matthias continuing to serve. She's had a nice game. Huber receives, Vetter sets, and the spike from Roberts, just in. Deacons 1 point away now.
What a read by Roberts. I think the last couple of times she's been tipping it into the center. The defense pulled up, and that time she drilled it into the corner and got the point.
The serve just tipped over. Deacons able to keep it going. Huber on the push. Received by White, set by Ingstad. Spike from Olstad. Roberts kept it going, but it goes out of bounds.
Still a point for the Deacons. Back in the game is Josie Bergson. Back to serve. Greg Ingstad.
Ingstad back to serve. Her serve taken by Erholtz, set by Vetter, and then the spike from Roberts. It's just a tap, and the Deacons are able to take game number 2, and as they head to a brief break, we will as well. Don't go anywhere, folks.
They're currently up 2-0 over Valley City.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
Folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School volleyball action. We got a good one going on right now as Shanley leads Valley City 2-0 in games right now. Highliners have got to win this third set if they want to stay alive. And Mrs. Mack, what's the strategy here if you are Valley City to try to get the win?
I think it's important for Valley City to keep attacking. They've done a great job as far as defense already all night. They get that ball up, they keep getting that ball back over. Hopefully they can get a little more controlled, so instead of just putting free balls back over the net, which makes it a little bit easier for Shanley to attack, if Valley City can keep attacking, it's going to be harder for Shanley to return that ball. I've also noticed tonight that Valley City, if they can use that back set to that right hitter, that just seems to be one of those that Shanley's just not quite ready for. So if they use that a little bit more often, have a little stronger play, and got to keep the serves in bounds.
Well, that will be a big key. You know, it was a storyline earlier in the game. Both teams were having their struggles. It's gotten better, but that's not how you want to start this third set if you're Valley City. Robertson, the Deacons, look to capitalize on her serve. Olstad receives. Ingstad sets. Olstad on the spike. It was blocked, but it fell on the Deacons side, 1-1.
That's the blockers needing to get up there and really push that ball back.
Dieterle on the serve, it goes into the net.
Oh, 2 in a row. They cannot afford to do that.
Is something you don't want to do, especially starting off this third game when you have to win.
I'm guessing that's a conversation on the bench next serve. They've got to get that serve in.
Conwisher serving now for the Deacons. It was a long one. White took it, put up in the air by Ingstad. White trying to send it over. It was a good effort, but just a little short there. 3-1 Shanley. Conwisher's serve. This time she puts it shorter. Well placed. Valley City able to keep it going though. Olstad sends it over. Conwisher receives. Set and then the spike from Berg. Oh, what a job to keep it alive. Just to have Emily Dietz come over and throw it right back.
She basically put the exclamation point on that play.
Well, it was a great effort. Just unbelievable how the Highliners were able to keep it going.
Oh, they do a great job.
But Emily Dietz, it's hard to compete with that height and that talent right up there at the net. The set from Ingstad, and then the spike from Olstad is blocked. They're going to try again, but they couldn't get it to fire. Gullickson had her ball hit the net. 5-1 Deacons. Conwisher still serving. It was another nice one taken by White, put up in the air, and then sent over by Matthias. Dew receives, Vetter sets, Dietz pokes it over, and it falls just in bounds. Great tip there at the net, 6-1 Shanley.
Valley City was ready for that deep attack. Emily saw them all back into the deep corners, and so she just lightly tapped that over. Nobody on defense.
Conwisher this time puts it a little lower. White receives, Ingstad puts it up. Gullickson taps it over. Dew is able to get it. Vetter sets, Berg spikes. Able to keep it going though are the Highliners. It was Ingstad. Olstad misfired trying to spike that one. Is 7-1 Shanley. Valley City, you know, they're doing a lot of things right. They're just missing some of these key. They're unable to finish, it seems, on a lot of these points.
Yeah, they're doing a great job getting the ball up. Sometimes they maybe are making the setter work a little bit too hard. The passes aren't quite getting up to the net. She's having to hustle back to the back row or behind the 10-foot line. And it's real difficult to get a good set for an attack when your setter has to be behind that 10-foot line. And so Valley City really needs to get that ball up to the setter, at the net so that she can utilize her hitters. Once you get behind that 10-foot line, it's really difficult to use anybody but your outside. And Shanley, realizing that, makes sure that block is there. So even when they are on the outside, Shanley's there ready with the block also.
Well, it's 8-1 now Deacons as Valley City was forced to take a timeout there. Again, folks, don't forget to join us tomorrow, Friday at 7 p.m. as Shanley takes on Kindred in an EDC football showdown. Huge implications for the rest of the season and for playoffs. Should be a really fun one. Both teams come out of the huddle now. Shanley continuing to serve. It's Kylie Conwisher. Conwisher Shorter serve taken by White, set by Ingstad. Gullickson spikes. Conwisher tried to keep it going, but it fell on the Deacons side. Bit of an awkward angle for it.
Let's see if Valley City can take advantage of this now, maybe get something started.
Olstad serving. Deep ball taken by Roberts, set by Vetter. Dietz on the spike. It was tipped by Valley City and out of bounds.
That was a nice quick set. There wasn't a lot of power behind that attack, but it was just enough that it got off the block, rolled down the block, and out of bounds.
Smith on the serve. It's a short one, but it made it over. Gullickson put it up, and Valley City now pushes over. Neusen receives. The set by Smith. Dietz sent it over. White returns it for Valley City. Smith on the set. Berg spikes. Still up in the air. Again, what an effort from Valley City. Neusen receives. Smith sets. Dietz tries again. And the Deacons do get the kill. 10-2 Shanley. Smith's serve is a short one. And just unable to get there in time was Berntson. Smith's serve over to the Valley City side. It went into the net, but the Highliners able to keep it going. White swang at that one and got it over. Dietz's spike goes off of Ingstad. Peterson taps it over. Dew puts it there. Smith sets. Dew spikes, blocked at the line. Put up by Berg, sent over by Dietz. White receives, trying to keep it going. It was Olstad, she got it. Ingstad sends it over. Roberts receives. Smith sets. Dietz on the poke. Oh, just made it over. And then Shanley comes away with the points, 12-2.
There's an example of that Valley City defense. They just don't let anything drop. All they have to do is get a piece of it. The team is there backing them up, and it really pays off for Valley City.
That time Shanley was able to finish it, and now the Deacons get the point off a lift. So 13-2. The Deacons have come out in this third set playing better than they have all game. Olstad receives. Put up by Ingstad. Peterson spikes into the net. Another tough break there for Valley City. Got to try to battle back here. If they can just get the ball back in their possession, maybe they can go on a run. But you got to get that ball back.
Freshman Riley Payne coming in for the Deacons.
And that is that third freshman of the Fab Three, as we like to call them. Hadley Huber, Olivia Manuel, and Riley Payne. Three great all-around athletes for Shanley, and obviously great volleyball players. Smith sets, Dietz spikes, White kept it going. Berntson sets it up, and then that ball goes into the net. And I think Dietz got a piece of it there.
I think Dietz got a piece of that, because that ball changed direction. I'm pretty sure she caught that right at the top of the arc.
Seemed to skim the net all the way up and then just ran into her hands.
Yep.
Smith shorts that one to finally end a huge run here for Shanley. 15-3 is the lead.
It's important for Valley City right now. They need to just look at this at 1 point at a time. We just need 1 point at a time. They can't look at the scoreboard right now. They just need to attack every single ball.
Andrasic, low serve. Roberts receives. Vetter sets. Dietz spikes. Emily Dietz. Just such a weapon for Shanley.
Can we just say wow?
That's about all you can say. Huber serving. It's a deep one. Andrasic was able to get there, and then the spike goes off of the hands of the Deacon blockers and into the scoring table.
You can see that the Deacons are playing with a lot of confidence right now. They're not worried about mistakes.
Hadley Huber serving here. 17-3 lead for the Deacons in command. Received by Olstad, set and then sent over. Vetter was able to get there, and then Payne pokes it right at the net. Push there from Ingstad. Vetter sets it up for Berg. Highliners keeping it going. Berg interferes and is able to get that ball down. 18-3. Again, that front court looking really strong. Huber. Her serve taken by Olstad and then just poked over by Ingstad. Vetter receives, Payne sets, Roberts spikes! It was tipped, but the Highliners couldn't get it back over. 19-3 Shanley.
Right now, Shanley is just, they can't do any wrong.
That really is the case. Huber continues a nice run serving here. Taylor trying to end it. Roberts was able to get there for Shanley. Vetter pokes it over. Highliners D still looking strong here. Noyson receives. Vetter sets. Roberts spikes! And it hits the ground. Katie Roberts again, the laser.
I still can't speak. I am so impressed with Valley City's defense. They just attack that ball. Players are on the ground all over, and that ball just keeps coming up in the air. They just do a tremendous job.
And it's just, you know, a score. The score is 20-3, but I don't think you guess it watching this because that defense is so strong. They just have a lot of trouble finishing those plays. You'll see them put a lot of balls out of bounds. But this is a squad that really has some nice pieces to build on. The set and then the spike from Taylor went out of bounds. Yes, there's a signal. Point Shanley, 21-3. Again, another close one that the Highliners just can't get to fall in their favor. And I think you're seeing what we're talking about here. Huber, nice serve there, set from Ingstad. Gullickson sent it over. Visser puts it up, and then Payne sends it over, but out of bounds.
That's a nice break for Valley City. They've got their libero back serving now. Maybe they can capitalize on that error by Shanley and get some points on the board.
White serving now, low ball.
Oh, nice serve.
Goes off of Payne, skirts along the net. That is one of the stranger plays you'll see. I'm not really sure what to say about that. White again with a powerful serve. Noyson receives. Vetter sets. The spike from Payne. White kept it going. Tapped just over the net. Deacons with a 17-point lead. Katie Visser back to serve.
Katie did a nice job getting up on that ball, tapping it over.
Good player there in that Deacon front court. Nice serve as well. Olstad receives. Ingstad sets. Tapped over by Taylor. Visser able to get there. Vetter sets it up, and then Huber's ball falls outside the antenna and out of bounds. 22-6 as Taylor is looking to serve here. O'Leary checks in for the Deacons. Strong serve there from Taylor. Off the arms of O'Leary, set by Vetter. Payne spikes. Ball received by Andrasic, and now Olstad taps it over, and Huber could not get there.
Point Valley City.
Valley City trying to chip away at that lead a little bit.
And that is not the way to do it, though, as that serve goes into the net. She had been keeping them low, but they had a lot of power behind them. That time, though, it backfires and goes into the net.
Back in the game for Valley City, Grace Shear. In serve for the Deacons,
Olivia Manuel back serving for the Deacons. They're 2 points away from taking this one 3-0. Received, set, and then the spike from Olsen is blocked. Kylie Conwisher and Julia Vetter combine on the block. 1 point away now. Game point, match point. Manuel with the serve, barely makes it over. And the ace is the way the Deacons end it, 25-7. A 3-0 win, and they take that third game in dominant fashion. A very impressive performance here from Shanley tonight.
That was Olivia Manuel's third ace for the evening, Jed.
The freshman looked really strong along with that whole Shanley squad. Do have to give a lot of credit, though, to Valley City. They looked, again, really good on defense. There were a lot of points in that game where they stayed right with Shanley, even took the lead, outplayed them at a couple points. In the end, though, Shanley just too strong for them. They take this one 3-0, looking really sharp here. A couple stats before we go. Julia Vetter ended tonight with 19 assists. That's nothing new for her. She just racks them up, the setter there for Shanley. Katie Roberts with 10 kills and Emily Dietz herself with 11. They led the way for Shanley there. And so a strong night for that Deacon front court once again. Still, before we go, a couple things to tell you. Once again, we'd like to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to sign up, folks, and they're a great organization, so please check them out. Again, one last time, big football game against Kindred tomorrow. Shanley and Kindred battle it out for top positioning in the EDC. Should be a really fun one. Myself and our old friend Wyatt Lyer comes back. We're all pumped for that, so be sure to tune in, folks. Your final score, though, today, Shanley Deacons take this one 3-0. For Mrs. Mack and our entire crew, the proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV. Thank you, folks, for watching.